William Hunt Savile Row sponsors the Trilby Tour, the perfect gentleman's playground.
This week on the Trilby Tour, we make grown men perform like trained monkeys, purely for our own entertainment. Week 2 on the 2017 Trilby Tour sees us return to Lancashire and a new venue, Preston Golf Club. It's wet, but not that wet. Sort of wet-ish, really. Certainly not wet enough to dampen the spirits of our brave travelling trillbillies. Coming up on the show, we have all the best of the play from a damp day in Preston. The sun makes an appearance for the four-man three-hole playoff to determine the champion of Lancashire. And we'll look at the day's mishits and worst bits in Rogues Gallery. Anna Whiteley is trying to dodge the raindrops and talk to the players on the first tee, but now, safe and dry in the studio, it's our commentator, Mr. Rob Lee.
Thanks, Mac. We're at Preston Golf Club, nearly 6,300 yards this golf course. Par 71 dates back to 1892. Let's get down to Anna on the first tee.
Nothing like a man who's never played the course, never played the Trilby, no experience whatsoever. How are you feeling?
A little bit nervous. First time out here, first time Trilby Tour, but looking forward to it. Should be a good laugh.
So, Andrew, what are you expecting from today?
To get pretty wet. Yeah. Conditions look a bit grim, but we'll give it a go and we'll see how we get on. It's a fairly easy opener, you would think, to start with, but haven't had a practice swing, haven't hit a ball yet, so we'll see how we get on.
Sound like you're in great shape.
Thank you.
Well, Andrew Barr at the very first. Little par 3 to start with. That's very unusual. My golf club, Royal Surrey, they start with a par 3. It's slightly longer than this one, though. Good for distance, slightly dragged from the two handicapper.
Okay, a man taking the brave step in your first Trilby Tour event. Dave, how are you feeling?
Nervous.
Are you?
Very nervous. My very first, all the crowds, everything set up. Very nervous. Could be very, very difficult. You never know. Might have a bit of luck.
And weakest part of your game if it was all to go wrong out there?
The weakest part of my game, probably driving, the 3-iron, the 5-iron. The putter's not too good at times.
Okay.
Chipping's okay.
Yeah, so everything from tee to green.
It could be.
Okay, well, Dave, I wish you the best of luck.
Very
Enjoy your
kind of
first
you.
time.
I'm going to, very much, no matter how I play. Thank you.
He's a charmer, Dave Coulsher. Looks like an ageing rocker, doesn't he? At the first, little swish. Back and through, it's all very straightforward. And that's all right. That's no problem at all. Dave plays off a 12. He's seen some life.
David, this man shot 37 last year at Worsley, but it still didn't get you into the playoff. What happened?
Unfortunately not. I lost out on the nearest to the pin by about an inch.
I mean, when you get that close to Trilby success, how painful was that?
It was painful, I won't lie to you, but when I set out I was delighted to qualify for the final at the Forest of Arden last year, so I met that goal, but yeah, I was really disappointed, I won't lie.
Well, I've seen the quality of the golf of the first tee. I'm not sure 37 should be okay this year.
Well, let's hope that happens again.
Well, good luck. Hope to see you in there.
Thank you very much.
Blimey, the show's changing. It's Anna's hunch now. Predicting scores. Where will it go? Harding. Oh, he's hanging on. This is dragged a little bit. That's all right. We can putt from there.
Teeing it up for the first time on the Trilby is a big moment for any man's life, Carl. This is your moment. How are you feeling?
Not too bad, not too bad. Bit nervous first tee, but yeah, not too bad.
You do look quite nervous. Is this the most nerve-wracking environment you ever played golf in?
Yeah, I think so. Sunday morning up the club's a bit nervous as well. I don't know.
Look at him. So you played the track yesterday. How did you find it?
Not too bad. It was windy as well though, so difficult, but yeah, did okay.
So it's obviously it's a tough game, the Trilby. What has actually brought you here?
I caddied last year at Worsley Park.
Right.
So yeah, enjoyed it, so have a go myself.
It's now your time to shine. Enjoy. Don't be so scared. It's going to be all right.
So, Carl. Well, no nerves in that. Just adrenaline. Straight over the lot. Flushed it. So out to the golf course, to the 6th hole, par 5. Andrew Barr. Just getting that one in position. Now you can make a birdie from that. Wasn't tempted to put the waterproof jacket on. Dave, cool shot. This one just a gentle fade from left to right. Stay there. That's going to be very tricky. If it's not in the bunker, you'll need genius to get that close. Ashmore's second at the very first. Just going through the green with a tee shot. Displaying fine skills with a short game, so that may well be a par 3 to start with. Dave Harding at the par 3 8th hole. Giving this quite a swipe. Needs to get going. Go! One club more. That's not easy from there either. Up and over the hill, left to righter. Quickly back to the third shot at the par 5 6th. The first of 2 in a row in the front 9. Andrew Barr. Well, he should be barred after that approach shot. But it's windy, it's not easy. It is not easy. Coleshaw with a miracle required lob shot. He's played one. Well, he couldn't have played that any better. Nearly a stroke of genius. Just left himself in the wrong spot. And you can do that around here, Preston Golf Club. Well played. A very nervous Carl Ashmore records a par at the first. In the end, 31 points off of 8 handicap. But it's not going to be a low scoring day. Birdie putt for Harding at the 8th. It does swing at the end. Easy, easy. Speed was good. Quite a bit of work left. Barr's birdie attempt at the 6th. From the fringe after a poor approach. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Making heavy work of this. Coolshaw for his part. Not to be. And in fact, it wasn't to be for the whole 18 holes. 21 points for Dave Coolshaw in his first Trilby Tour. However, thoroughly enjoying the day. Now the par for Barr is a step too far. 25 points D&Q for Andrew Barr. Doesn't get much back from the golf course playing off a 2 handicap. We saw Harding play 2 shots to here at the par 3 8th. And walks off with a 4. 30 points. Slightly better, David Harding. Currently in the playoff position. and having the long wait. Let's get back to Anna.
Teeing it up on his 6th Trilby Tour event, Simon Deacon. Lovely to see you back. What keeps bringing you back to the Trilby?
I think what keeps bringing me back is the ambition to win it, or win at least a regional, and then get into the final four in the final.
Because you have come horribly close, haven't you? What happened last year? 2 playoffs?
Yeah, 2 playoffs. I crumbled in the first one at Hollinsall and finished 4th, and then I lost in an extra hole playoff to the eventual champion Paul Llewellyn at Worsley Park.
So close, yet so far. How do you fancy your chances? How's the game?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not playing very well at the moment. Not expecting much, but we're here to qualify and win. So
You're here to win. You are going to play well, and we will see you in the playoff.
yeah, that's great. I love to.
Well, Deacon, no stranger to playing well in Trilby Tours at the very first hole. Doesn't like that. It's a bit of a scudder. He's hit worse. He'll have some planning to do with all the water in the way. Deacon underway as we are on the Trilby Tour.
The perfect gentleman's playground.
Welcome back. We're at Preston Golf Club. A very tough day. Squally showers and not too much sunshine for the players competing for the Championship of Lancashire. Everybody is teed off. Best score in the Clubhouse is from Carl Ashmore, 31 points. So room for improvement. Talked about Deacon's chances. He's reached the 2nd par 5 in the front 9, the 7th. And turning this one over from right to left too much. And that's into Dingley Dell somewhere in there. Now the sun has come out in between the rainstorms, and Williams, what a shot that is. What a flag position. Very demanding. Stephen Nixon, 2 handicapper, plays here. Knows every blade of grass. And into the breeze with these soft greens now, getting a lot of spin. Waterproof's on, waterproof's off. Taylor's 2nd. Come on, Dean, give it some. And the breeze picking up. More wind, less rain. Compensation, I suppose. Did I say less rain? Deacon in a very tight spot down there. Lee Williams, birdie putt. Can't believe they've cut the hole here. So close to the water hazard. 33 points in the end from a 9 handicap. 33 points, best in the Clubhouse. Stephen Nixon. Now your chances to score come at 6 and 7. Not sure that would have gone in if it hit the middle of the hole. A little angry that one when it came off the club face. Into the back 9 now for Dean Taylor. It's raining, then it's sunny, then it's raining, then it's sunny. Deacon. DNQ, 30 points in the end, not good enough for Simon. You have to wait till his next Trilby Tour event. So a par attempt at the 6th. And unlucky. However, 33 points, best in the Clubhouse at this stage for Stephen. And playing off of 2, fine attempt. Back to the par attempt for Taylor. 19 points so far. Oh, that's better. That improves things. Another man gets to 33 points. They're stacking up. Let's get back to Anna.
Well, always a pleasure. Preston Golf Club, nice little track this, isn't it?
It's a beauty. It fills my criteria. And I love places like who, where, wow. And this is one of those. This is one of those, definitely. Because no one knows about it, but they will now.
They will. And you've got your bro teeing up today, haven't you? That's quite exciting.
It is, actually. I've got my older brother here today. And, well, it's my only brother. Yeah. And he's rubbish. So it's great to be better at something than him. And
absolutely no competition between you two whatsoever.
never, never. No, he's older than me and uglier, but it's a joy to see him, and I really enjoyed him being nervous on the first tee. I really enjoyed that.
Now weather always comes into play with this delightful game of golf. Horrible morning, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter in Lancashire, my home county. So any day's a good day in Lancashire. Okay. It's but the weather's turning nice. It was pretty windy and mean and wet this morning, but this afternoon it was a beauty.
Good stuff. Thanks, Will.
Ross Holmes at the 14th, 26 points thus far. 8 handicapper, plays at Frilford Heath, that's in Oxfordshire. I've played there, 2 nice courses. I think it's the green and the red they have there. Or is it the blue and the green? It's 2 colours anyway, 2 fine golf courses. Third of the way round for Wilkinson at the par 5. He's having a crack with timber. That's not bad hitting, but coming in from the wrong side. Wind across him. Be a test for his pitching. Almost there. Nigel Wakefield. It wasn't too bad a shot. Just short the front edge. Going back to that 8th hole on the front 9. And Paul Lloyd. 4 handicap. And chipping and putting required to save himself at the 8th. Now this is some distance away at the 14th for Ross Holmes. Little down and up and pretty good for speed from all the way back there. Jaunty walk to get the marker down. Sean Wilkinson, green side in 2. That's the pitch for 3, but it is a par 5. So birdie putt on the way. Like he got a camo Trilby there. Lloyd at hole number 8. Steady. Always just trickling away that extra 1.5 feet. Par 3 for Ross Holmes if he can knock this in. Unlucky. 34 points though. New Clubhouse lead. It could have been better. So Ross in good shape. All the way back to the birdie putt at the 6th for Wilkinson. Couldn't get any closer. 33 points. That's a playoff position. We know 34's in the house. And there are plenty of players on 33. Wakefield with a chance for the par to be the best. So 2 men now at 34 points and a stack on 33. There will be a playoff for the playoff. That's a very good putt for Paul Lloyd. 34 points. 3 men now tied at the top. Chances for the 33s getting less and less and less. So eventually we'll get to the playoff. Anna takes a look at the 3 holes involved.
Thanks, Rob. It's raining once again here, but just to take you through the playoff, it's holes 1, 17 and 18, par 3, par 5 and par 4. I'm here with head pro Andrew Greenbank. Now, it's quite unusual for us to kick off a playoff with a par 3. Tricky little hole. Talk us through it.
Yeah, 140 yards playing today. Wind off of the left. Not an easy tee shot. Miss the green, you're going to struggle to make 3, so hitting the green is paramount. Yeah, rather than me on that first tee today.
This is where it all starts. Let's head to the 17th. Okay, par 5, and it's a biggie. The guys will start at the top here, and their first shot should roughly take them down to around here. But when you get here, it's a blind green. It's so far away, you can't even see it. Andrew, this is a long par 5.
This is a long par 5, 540 yards playing into the wind. The line off the tee is the big tree. Then we're going to lay up short of the water, and you're going to test over the water to a very undulating green. Getting your drive in the fairway is paramount here. If you can hit a good layup, then the trouble really begins, because anything short is going to get gathered by the water. Get over the water onto the green, 3 putts on the cards because it's really undulating.
So the greens are quick, and I feel like this could be the hole that separates the men from the boys.
Most definitely. One of our signature holes here at Preston and a real challenge for the players today.
Good stuff. It's going to be tough. Right, final playoff hole, 18th, par 4, a long par 4. There's dips, there's car parks, there's everything here. How do you play this hole?
385 yards down the wind today. Clear the dip, about 200 yards off the tee, and you've got quite a straightforward second shot into a green. But you've got to keep away from out of bounds on the right-hand side. Don't go past the flag because it's tricky downhill putt to finish.
I was going to say, this green does not look friendly. Very undulating. Is this one of the hardest ones on the course?
It is, and many are 3 putts. We'll be hoping those guys today don't make 3 putts.
We'll be hoping they get 4 putts. Well, the sun is out. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Annie. Yeah, that's going to be interesting when we get to those 3 holes to decide the champion of Lancashire. Back out to the golf course, the breezy conditions, the rain, just about everything here in Lancashire. Malarkey, Jono Malarkey at the 7th. And this is definitely low, unaffected by the wind. Not his best. Maybe going in for the waterproofs. Patrick Timlin at 17, the last par 5 in the golf course, with a treacherous pin position. That's pretty well played. 2 handicapper from Wakefield, not too far away. Jack Marin, Bredsall Priory, that's an old Trilby Tour venue. Everything checking up now with the soft greens. Marin playing off 2 as well. His first Trilby Tour event. Chris Nelson organises the juniors at Preston Golf Club. And he plays here. So a lot of pressure, local pressure on Chris. Plenty of strokes in his first Trilby Tour event. Plays off 16. Back to Malarkey with his 3rd at the par 5 7th. Come on, get close. Very nicely done. So birdie chance coming up for him as Timlin has one at 17. 30 points so far through the shadows. Yes, I said shadows. Sun did come out briefly through the day. 35 points though. Best effort so far. Certain to play in the playoff. Marin 2nd at 15 with 29 points racked up. Oh, power lip out. That's gone miles away. Par 4 13th, 25 points. Starting to see some red scores now. Get going. And that's good enough. Malarkey for the birdie. Come on, Jono. Round you come. That's perfect putt. 35 points, Jono Malarkey. Joint clubhouse leader.
With a whopping 35 points. Jono, impressive stuff. You must have found it quite easy out there.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. No, not at all. But I had a couple of birdies at really good points and only 2 blobs. So I was really pleased with the score overall, considering the blobs.
So Marin for the par at 15. All these putts so important now. No problem. 38 points. That will not be bettered, I wouldn't think, on a day like this. From 2 handicap as well. Par putt, the 13th for Chris Nelson. That's good. 38 points. Joint best of the day. Standard hotting up for the late starters. Look at that. 2 players at 38 points. Then a 3-shot buffer back to the 35. So it's Marin, Nelson, Malarkey and Timlin. All 4 go to playoff for the Championship of Lancashire. But first up, it's Hunt's Hunch.
Jack Marin, 2 handicap, great game today. Really showed to the rest how to play. Probably the best player here. Jono Malarkey, 9 handicap. He's got a shot on the 17th. Could be helpful. You've got Pat Timlin, again 2 handicap. I didn't really see much of his game today, but he's, 2 handicap's going to be a good player. But Chris Nelson, 16 handicap. He's got 2 shots in this. Local boy, his club. It's got to be his really, hasn't it? He's flying. I've seen him swing it. He's very good. He's actually looks after the youth team here. Very popular boy. He's my man tonight.
Well, William bewitched by the thought of shots in the playoff. It's all to play for in the Championship of Lancashire. We'll find a champion after the break.
gentleman's playground.
Welcome back to the playoff, the 2017 Trilby Tour Championship of Lancashire. We're down to the last four.
First to the tee, will you please welcome Mr. Jack Maron.
Jack Maron, 23, 2 handicap, Preston Priory. Day was fantastic. Hold a nice 15-footer on tee for par. That pretty much got me going for the day. Well, I played yesterday in the practice round. Obviously, it was a bit windier than this. And I thought greens were fantastic though, really smooth. Nice to hit a putt and it actually stays on line. But today, even better, quicker pace. Well, I thought the wind's a bit same, but I don't think it was that much of an issue.
Well, Maron then. It's just a dinky little par 3, very gentle start. Rhythm looked good. Missed the target, can't believe it.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome to the tee, next Mr. Pat Timlin.
Hi, I'm Patrick Timlin. I'm 45 from Lawlays Golf Club, handicap 2. I enjoyed the greens. I had one mistake, which on a par 3, which I didn't score. Other than that, pretty good. You've got to find fairways, is a must. Some of the second shots into the par 4s are quite difficult, obviously, with conditions. Clubbings, you've got to be really bang on with that, like so.
Oh, Timlin. Nobody on the green yet. Oh, that's a good looking swing, isn't it? Just stay there, it does. Birdie putt on the way.
Third on the tee. Big round of applause, please, for Mr. Chris Nelson.
Hi, my name's Chris Nelson. I'm from Preston Golf Club, handicap 16, age 46. It's fantastic. Loved every minute of it. It was tricky out there with the wind, but great fun. Every minute of it has been fantastic fun. Putted well. Nice to have a caddy. Nice to have a caddy that was telling me the right way to putt. So that certainly made the difference today, without a doubt. Yes. I'm the junior organiser here. So James and my young lad's a keen player. So I look after the juniors, who are a great group of kids. So we've got a chance of winning the league as well this year. So yeah.
Well, Chris, you might notice, put the ball on the tee with his left hand, so he's left-handed but plays golf right-handed. I don't get paid enough to notice stuff like that.
And finally on this first playoff hole, big welcome please for Mr. John O'Malarkey.
Hi, my name's John O'Malarkey. I'm 35. My handicap is 9 and I play at Wychwood Golf Club. Well, went well on the first actually. I hit a bit of a spawny 8-iron, but it crept up there and I hold a really good putt for birdie, and then I kind of just kept going from there. Had a blob after 3 holes and it kind of knocked me back a bit, but managed to scamper it. Had a few hooks and pull hooks which got me into a bit of trouble, but my putting was really good today and that kind of kept me going.
So last to play, Malarkey. Crowd like it, that murmuring hum. Not bad judges. That's within striking distance of a 2 as well. So here we go, Chris Nelson, his second. It's not easy from there, by the way. And that one running away from the target. Deep sigh from the crowd, all trying to wish their man luck. Maron chipping after missing the green. He played that pretty well, but the par not secure yet. Only 140 yards this hole. Now can Patrick Timlin knock this one in for a 2? Almost. If he'd have hit it. So level par. 3 at the very first playoff hole for Timlin will do him no harm. Nelson, his third shot. Putting from the fringe, leaving the flag in. That's his option. Exercised, and it will be a bogey 4. So he goes to +1 straight away. Remember, par 5 17th, the second playoff hole, and then the 18th par 4 to finish. Malarkey from the fringe for the birdie. Flag out. And the greens for this late finish just slowing up a tad. Par 3 for Malarkey. And to match them, Maron has to knock this in. He doesn't. 2 threes and 2 bogeys, 2 men at level, 2 men at +1. The 17th beckons.
Jack, what happened? Can't afford to miss them little putts off 2 handicap, mate. No. John O'Malarkey, he's very nervous. He keeps asking everyone what's going on and he's not sure. He gets a shot in this hole, but he's very nervous. Pat Timlin, quite confident. And my boy Chris Nelson, that's why he's 16 handicap for shots like that. But good recovery, fair recovery. Gets a shot here. Let's hope he uses it well.
The curse of William Hunt for Chris Nelson. Timlin. Now, if that one lands on the fairway, it's a mighty swipe. And I'll give him that. A foot off the fairway. Good shot. Malarkey next to play. That's hooking. If only the pros would shout 4 like that. Marin, driver. Smooth as you like. Cracking tee shot. And last to play, Chris Nelson, the man from Preston Golf Club. Well, he's playing for the fade, and that one's not fading. Dropped down. So the whole gaggle worked their way down the 17th, halfway through the playoff, trying to find the champion of Preston and the champion of Lancashire, all in one go. Malarkey with his second, got away with the tee shot, but maybe not the second. It's dropped down and it's workmanlike, his progress up here, not good. Nelson in bad shape after his big pull. Do well to get this back on the fairway. Hasn't hit it hard enough. And now his third. So they're in 3. He does have a shot. Timlin. So most people laying up here today. Water in the way. And that's okay down there. Marin's tee shot was good. Just a positional shot. And that's a very popular spot. So pitching and putting for birdies for Marin and Timlin, you would think. Malarkey. That's chasing down and running and running and running and running. But you feel like he's played too many. Chris Nelson, 4th shot. Can he redeem himself? He's played this hole 1,000,000 times and has hardly ever hit a better shot than that. He might get a squeaky par 5 out of this with a stroke. He's back in the game. Marin's third. No stroke here for Jack Marin. Can't see with the low sun. Just pushed it slightly. They're in 3. It is a par 5. Malarkey's 4th. Everybody conscious of carrying the water at the very least. And that one just about getting over, but left. What about Timlin? Layout was excellent. This is the approach work. He's played away from the target. And a bit of check side on that. Look at that. Oh, he knew what he was doing. Not. People getting nervous now. The crowd getting nervous. Marin for the birdie. Little chip. Come on. Played it well. Missed one at the first. Like that. Malarkey for an incredible par. Very nearly knocked it in. running away past the hole. At the last couple of grains of sand in the timer, Malarkey's chances by the second being reduced to 0. And he would knock that in for a 7 net 6. So +1 for Malarkey. 1 hole to go. Not out of it completely. Timlin's birdie attempt, after the side spin employed to get it to here, is brilliant. A birdie for Patrick Timlin, takes charge. A neat and tidy final hole, and he will be the champion of Lancashire. It's all there for him. Nelson for the 5. Gets a stroke. Stay up. So it's a 6 net 5. Local man, +1. You never know with a hole to go. And Marin for the par. Excellent. This time he makes it. +1, a very popular score with a hole to go. And this is the final hole, the 18th. Par 4. Not very long, it's under 400 yards.
Yeah, Jack's struggling. You can see it in his face. He's really struggling with this, the pressure. Jono, he's out of it. I mean, he's just crumbled. He really is crumbled. That third shot into the green, he's made a bit of a mess of that one. Got a shot there as well, so really made a mess of it. Chris Nelson, my boy, showing what a 16 handicap can do when he's under pressure, which is fail, which is looking like he's going to do. That was harsh. It looks like I've got it wrong again, because Pat Timlin is odds on, bang on, and he's like steel, this guy. His technique is superb. He's going to be a winner.
And here is Hunt's second hunch, Patrick Timlin. And that's way right. Oh, into the trees. Needs a bit of luck. 2-shot gap back to Jack Marin. Better sound, more applause. Miles down there, beauty. Now what about Chris Nelson? He's the only man with a shot down the 18th hole, and he might need it after that one. Off at a tangent. Malarkey, 7 net 6 at the previous hole. You just never know. He's taken the short line, missed the bunker, and that's all right. So 2 squirted wide, 1 down the middle, 1 left. To the leader, Timlin. Now nothing silly from here. Well, he's played out the trees, so he's played 2. And now Chris Nelson with his stroke. This is his second net first shot, but he's +1. And that one's scuttling on and on and on and on. And that's okay there. Malarkey, can he find the target with his second? The left rough. Oh, that's not the proper contact. That moved most of Lancashire before he got to the ball. Replace the divot. Timlin. No, he's still in very good shape. This is his third shot. And that's not found the target. Has he let the others in? Malarkey. Don't tell me he can make par from here. No, I don't think he will. Keeps going turf, ball, turf, and that's not the way forward. Marin, after a massive drive. Little flick for his second. Played a beauty. So they're in 2. Putt to get back to level par. Nelson with his third. Must get this up and down at the very worst. It looks like he won't. So the field narrowing. Malarkey has played too many. He is out of it. Very difficult when you've got a sprint. And look at Patrick Timlin's lie here. The only place he couldn't go with his third shot, and he's plugged. If he gets it out, it's a good shot. That is a good shot. So he's there in 4. but he's 1 under. Nelson's 4th, putting from the fringe. He's giving it a good cuff from there. All the club members going, "You've let me down, you've let me down, you're a disgrace." Well, Timlin, this is for a bogey, and to be in charge of his own destiny, this has to go in to finish level. Oh, it looks like he's going to finish at least 1 over par with a double at the last. And now it's a painful wait to see if Marin holds his putt. Before that, Malarkey. Out of the picture now. Just trying to tidy up and get out of the way. The stage is set for Jack Marin. Marin's still waiting. Nelson playing in front of his people. It wasn't to be his final, but a fantastic effort to get into the final in the first place. And he can go back to his proud work with the juniors. So, Jack Marin for the Championship of Lancashire. Trilby Tour champion if he can knock this in from 8 feet for a birdie 3 at the last. And he's up to the task. What a way to get things done. A tremendous win for Jack Marin. Never looked in it. Patrick Timlin had it within his grasp. He posted double at the last. And who sneaked in? Young Jack Marin.
2 regional championships down, 7 more to go. Then, once we have all our champions and our qualifiers, we sit back to enjoy the Trilby 2's pairs competition at Magnolia Park, before we reach the glory of the World Championship final at Hull. Then we finish off the series with the Rogues Gallery special on Christmas Day. Shot of the day this week goes to Frank Holt for this excellent chip-in from the rough off the 17th green. In she goes. Now, let's see who made the worst shots of the week in Rogues Gallery. First up, we have Mark Buxton, chest high in the foliage of an unidentified hole. His first thrash moves him forwards 3 feet, so now he's only knee-high in grass. His next thrash results in a mystery neither he, us, nor even the golfing gods looking down upon the scene will ever solve. Has his ball been hit, or is it independently burrowing into the ground? After some investigation from Chief Inspector Caddy, Mark's ball is identified, but his third and final thrash ends with yet another indeterminate outcome. Time thinks Mark, wisely in our opinion, to move on to the next hole.
That's it.
Or perhaps, maybe just go home. James Whittaker, trapped in a bunker on the 14th, manages to escape that bunker on the 14th, only to enter the other bunker on the 14th. On the 17th, Darren Clark has kindly volunteered to show us all exactly how to chip a ball into the stream. Many thanks, Darren. Textbook example. But not to be outdone, Stephen Warner also feels the need to show us how to enter the stream on the 17th, but his version features a picturesque bridge. Now, one for the who'd be a cameraman files on the 13th as Jonathan Brown tries to take out Mert with a bomber, but only picks up half marks for hitting a random caddy on the shin. Unlucky Jonathan. A tricky uphill lie on 15 is tackled by Kevin Weaver. Or should that be trickled by Kevin Weaver? And Rogues Gallery isn't Rogues Gallery until we've had a terrible shot from hapless golfer Tony Mather, bless him. You can always rely on Mather. And finally, we're not sure what Ian Venables did in this bunker on the 14th, but he's clearly very ashamed of it. Let's catch up with William.
Can we shoot Hunt's Hunch all over again, please? Because I hadn't got a clue who was going to win. I knew Jono didn't have a chance. I thought Chris on his home course, all the crowd behind him, got a few shots, but he did a typical 16 handicap, but fell apart. Patrick, well, what a technique he had as that last hole. And then Jack just came in and nicked it. But you know what? He knew what he had to do, and he did it. What a fantastic place. This day today has just been smooth all day. Very calm, very smooth. One exciting finish that was. Unlucky Patrick, look, nothing for second place in this. This is the Trilby Tour. It's only for winners.
Next week, the tour moves on to Northumberland Golf Club for the championship of, that's right, you've guessed it, Northumberland. In the meantime, if you'd like to be a part of the Trilby Tour, please contact us via the website at www.trilbytour.com. We'll see you next week.
My name's Stephen Nixon. I'm from the beautiful city of Preston and I'm going to score 36 points.
Wrong on 2 counts.
William Hunt Savile sponsors the Trilby Tour. The perfect gentleman's playground.